guys, it's Matt from Talking Wolves, and this is the first of our 1 minute opinion. And today I'm going to be talking about the transfer of Benik Afobe. Now, only a week or a couple of weeks ago, Wolves signed Afobe for £10 million from Bournemouth, and rumours were circulating that they were shipping him off to Stoke City for £12 million. Now, no one really believed it. I thought, how is this going to happen? He's only just signed. Well, it looks like it's going to happen. £12 million to Stoke City. I'm a bit gutted to see him go because he did prove a point when he came back. I did really like him. I think he's a complete striker and he would have been good backup in the Premier League. But would he have wanted to be a backup in the Premier League? I mean, he didn't like that at Bournemouth, and certainly don't think he'd want that at Wolves. So it's a good bit of business from Wolves. Good bit of business for Stoke City as well. But yeah, I don't think Benik's going to be very happy with what's happened. Morally anyway, but you know, business is business. I trust Fosun and I trust Nuno and the recruitment policy.
Hello, Talking Wolves. My opinion on the Afobe saga is I'm slightly shocked. Well, not shocked, but a bit baffled by it. I'm sad to see Afobe go because he's personally one of my favourite players. I loved him from the first stint and obviously the second stint he's been with us. I think he could have scored goals in the Premier League given the chance. I know he struggled at Bournemouth a bit, but he'd have been good cover to come off the bench and bag a few goals if needed. But literally 5 minutes just before I sent this video, we've just signed Jimenez, so we was always going to bring someone in, so they wouldn't have got rid of him without having anybody lined up to come in. And I think you just got to trust Jeff Shee and Nuno and everyone in the backroom staff and people who are bringing players in. They've done a good job last season, so I think we've just got to trust them again. It's just very strange the way it's happened, but it's £2 million made, and best of luck to Afobe, and hopefully it turns out to be the right decision, which I'm sure it will be.
So yeah, my view on the whole Afobe situation is obviously it's quite strange. Don't think we've ever seen anything like this at Wolves before, let alone probably maybe in the Premier League. I don't know. I don't really know too much about the situation, but obviously we've brought him and then sold him on within 10 days, which is pretty mad. Not really seen before, like I said. But I'm not really too fussed because I think we can get better. Obviously, I thank him for everything he's done for the club. His 6 goals that he scored to sort of push us over the line were great, obviously, as well. So a big thank you to him for that. But I think it sort of worked out for everyone. Stoke are happy. We're happy. Bournemouth are happy. Everyone's made a bit of money, or everyone's got a player sort of thing. So yeah, I'm not too fussed. I think we can do better. I think there is going to be a big marquee striker signing. Obviously, we just signed Jimenez, which I'm buzzing for. He looks class. So yeah, I'm not too downhearted, but yeah, it is what it is.
Well, to be honest, I've got quite mixed feelings about it. First of all, I really do like Benik. I know he does divide opinion, but he really wanted his move to Wolves. He's really shown a lot of commitment since he's been here. We've bought him. We're in desperate need for strikers. He has tried to adapt the way he plays. He has Premier League experience. He's the right age. And he fits in with the squad really well. So I think I'll be disappointed if we do sell him after just buying him. But on the other hand, if Wolves, you've got to trust in their plans. They've got most things correct. And if it turns out that they bring in 2 fantastic strikers, because let's face it, Benik, you know, is probably going to be backup striker to someone. It's rumoured Jimenez. You just got to trust in the club and trust in Nuno. But a bit sad if it actually happens. That's probably my feeling. But being positive that they know what they're doing.
Of Afobe, and that he would need to adapt to our way of playing, you know, our style. And you could see when he first started, having not had a significant run against Bournemouth, that he'd lost a bit of his touch, a bit of his sharpness, a bit of his natural kind of awareness around the pitch. And what I'd say is that if we were to keep him, he would need to be playing, to be a worthwhile Premier League signing, he'd need to be playing on a regular basis, you know, consistently to get into any kind of condition to be a Premier League striker. And I don't think we could afford to give him that time. And as such, you know, we're looking, you know, higher up the transfer market these days. So, you know, all the best to him. But we're moving on.
So guys, Afobe has gone. News has broke today. Afobe to Stoke. Really, really weird turn of events. Obviously, we signed him 11 or 12 days ago permanently for his second stint at Wolves. Obviously, a fan favourite as well. at his first stint. Really good to have him back. He was absolutely buzzing from all those interviews. We sign him, no interviews, nothing like that. It does look a little bit fishy. Then that news breaks about Stoke. It's taken me a while to get used to it. I did find it a bit strange. Obviously, there are rules in place to stop things happening like this. So he is on loan for 6 months. Then they've got the obligation to buy, I think they've called it. So I see why they've done it. They're making profit. It's at the end of the day, they're making money. That's what Fosun are going to do. You can't really argue with it. Look at how they've ran the club so far, and it hasn't done us too badly so far. However, doing it with a fan favourite has sort of a little bit, doesn't quite sit right with me. However, you just go with it. It's fine. I mean, I love Benik. I thank him for everything he's done. So many goals, so many happy memories. But, you know, in our attackers buy, sell or keep video, I said I'd definitely take him at that price. Wolves have taken him at that price and then beat that price to sell him on. So you've got to just applaud the business model, really. Ethically, you can question it somehow, but we'll just go with it. Jimenez also been announced today. If he's an improvement on Afobe, we've got him in for free. I assume there's a loan fee, but it's going to be a lot less than we've sold Benik for. So if they reckon he's going to be better, I trust Nuno, I trust the club, and yeah.
So the Benik Afobe saga, really, really interesting one. I first heard about it. It's actually reported in the Sun first, I think, and you know when it's reported in papers like that, you're not really sure what to expect. But then more sort of more popular, let's say, journalists and tabloids. The Telegraph and Tim Spears from the Express and Star reported it. And you're thinking, hold on, he'd signed very, very quickly after. I don't think anyone expected that. I think a lot of Wolves fans expected him to be sort of in and around the squad this season. He was a homegrown player, brought him in. I don't think I've said it before, I don't think you'll find many better forwards that are English for that sort of price. But, it's going to be one of them. I don't think he was ever going to be the #1 striker for us in the Premier League. And he's moved on now, and good luck to him. He's worked hard for Wolves, done very well in a Wolves shirt whenever he's been there, did what he needed to do this season. But we're onwards and upwards. This thing is going to happen quite a lot. And we've got Raul Jimenez now, and hopefully 1 or 2 more forwards to come in.